All right, my man. Best barbecue in Texas. We are starting off this adventure here in Dallas-Fort Worth. Dallas-Fort Worth is the most populated area in Texas and the 4th largest metropolitan area in the United States. Now, why am I telling you that? That's because there's a lot of people here and they all want barbecue.
I've never been to Texas before, first time here.
What do you think?
I'm enjoying it so far. It's hot,
Yep.
It's very large,
Yeah.
spending a lot of time in cars again. It's an adjustment from London. But when Brits think of American barbecue, Texas is probably the style that we're thinking of.
Is that right?
Yeah, I know there are lots of other places that do it, like
Yeah.
the Carolinas,
Yeah, Kansas City.
Kansas.
Yeah, Memphis.
But I think Texas, from a British perspective, is probably the #1. So I'm really excited to try.
Yes. Texas Monthly, every 4 years, does a 50 best barbecue places in Texas.
Right, like the barbecue Olympics.
Yeah, the barbecue. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The last one came out in 2021. We're currently shooting this in 2024. So as of right now, the list we're going off still stands, and there's something like 12 of the top 50 are in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. Now you can see why we're starting here.
I can, yeah. They're doing barbecue. They're doing it well.
And we're starting off this adventure here at Panther City BBQ. I mean, they were number 10 on the list. That's a pretty big deal, right? This place is iconic. Panther City started as a food truck. Think about 8 years ago, doing barbecue competitions. Eventually got their own brick and mortar spot, which we're here at. Now, at all the places we're gonna be going to on this trip. Definitely gotta do brisket. Brisket is like kind of the unofficial meat of Texas. Also gonna do ribs, mostly pork, sometimes it'll be beef. We'll be doing some fun sides or specific menu things that each place has to kind of get a feel of what they have to offer. But yeah, this is gonna be really awesome. We're gonna eat a lot. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm also worried about our health.
So I mean, coming from the UK, we don't really do barbecue the same way that you guys do barbecue.
Sure.
I think what we call barbecue, you guys would more call grilling.
Ah,
This is
yeah,
sort of
yeah,
like
sure,
quickly
sure.
cooking things over high heat in your backyard.
Yeah, the terms kind of overlap. So for real barbecue, especially Texas barbecue, the name of the game is low and slow. Everything that we're gonna be eating today is probably cooked somewhere around 250, 275. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I mean, they're cooking this meat for hours. I think the guy in the pit said he got here 4 a.m. Ooh, no thanks.
I'm not a morning person, are you?
No, are you kidding me? Dude.
There are very few things I love enough to get up and do them at 4 in the
Yeah,
morning.
you kidding me? You see me at a place of business at 4 a.m., it's because I'm robbing it. Anyway, I'm starving, dude.
Me too.
It is a little past 10. I'm ready to eat some barbecue.
Yeah, it seems like barbecue early is a thing over here. People getting in line. I think it's time to go order. Okay, I am
right.
beyond excited.
Right?
This looks phenomenal.
This looks absolutely incredible. Number 10 in the entire state, and now we already can see why. All right, we got the brisket as described before, slow cooked for hours and hours. Look how juicy that looks. Then they got the ribs over here. They got sausage over here. Jalapeno popper burnt ends. Thank you, Texas. Thank you, Texas.
God bless
you
America.
read my mind.
God bless America.
This should be on your flag.
Yes.
And we got the brisket elote, which clearly they shaved up some brisket, put it on delicious corn, and I don't know, some beans.
Some beans. Making me feel at home with the baked beans.
Yeah, I got you beans.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Where do you want to start?
Oh, I don't know, man. It all looks so good. Brisket, I guess. It's
Yeah.
kind of like the go-to.
I'm gonna get this piece right here.
So you can barely even pick it up without it falling apart.
Look at that.
Oh, look at the color of that bar.
I know, look how good this looks.
Oh man.
It's incredible.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna talk about this bark in a second
Cheers,
here
man.
first. I'll say, yeah. Oh my God. Dude, that's perfect. That's so incredible. I can't talk.
Holy
They
moly.
do like usually a salt and pepper rub, like a coarse black pepper and kosher salt rub.
Yeah.
Also, to bind everything together, some places will use apple cider vinegar. This place specifically does a mustard that's cut with pickle juice, which hearing that, I'd be like, what's that all about? But
Yeah.
it adds an incredible tanginess to the flavor of this entire meat, which
Yeah.
is unbelievable. That bark is perfect. You can tell the brisket is just so unbelievably juicy. Look at the juice in this
juicy.
thing, dude. Brisket especially can be a bit of a fattier cut of meat because it's like right up here. It's like right where the cow's got arms and it's like here or whatever. And because of that, it has a lot of connective tissue and fat. When you cook it slow and low in one of these pits, two things are happening. Number one, the connective tissue and the fat is melting. So all of that is kind of just absorbing into the meat, right? And that's why brisket, when cooked properly, just falls apart, melt in your mouth. Don't need, you can cut it with a spoon, really nice. Also, various areas of the country in Texas prefer their different types of wood. This place specifically, Panther City, is doing a post oak, and that has a profound effect on the flavors.
It's so good. Like the texture, it's just not something that we get in the UK.
Why do you think no one's doing this in the UK?
There's a lot of tradition and history behind it, I'm sure, in the US that I guess we just don't quite share.
Yeah. You going into the ribs?
I'm tempted. Like, just look at the color on that. The
grab
bark on those ribs.
Look at this.
I love ribs so much.
Yeah. These look absolutely incredible, and they're just so.
Again, like the juiciness,
Yeah.
man. It's that slow cooking, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely wow.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely wow.
A little sweet, not too sweet. A little tiny bit of sweetness.
Sweet kissed.
Texture on that is so good. I think when we had the LA barbecue, I was talking about like how I like my ribs,
Yeah.
and this is like pretty much exactly the texture I want.
Really?
So I wouldn't say it like falls off the bone. Like you can tug it a little bit, and it's not just going to slide clean off.
I love it.
A little bit of bite to it.
I like it. I love the flimsy. I love it falling off the bone,
Really?
man. Yeah, I love that. Same with the brisket. Obviously cooked for hours. All that flavor's locked in there. Right? Look how juicy those are.
The way they're doing the bark here as well, with the ribs particularly,
Yeah.
it forms this kind of like distinct, like crispy skin layer. Almost like a sort of like rib candy.
They got sauce on the table, so they're encouraging us to sauce. But as of right now, I've not tasted anything where I'm like, I should put sauce on this.
No, me neither.
Let me do a little sauce bump.
Oh. Good sauce.
Yeah. Tangy, vinegary. It's got some heat to it. Yo! Yo!
Ooh, yeah,
That's
tang.
really good. Little something if you're a little homesick. Sausage, a banger as you would call it.
Yeah.
Right?
We've got beans and sausage. I feel very much at home.
That's right,
Yeah.
man. It's like a little bit of UK on the plate.
So this
is
was
cheddar
jalapeno cheddar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
Let's start straight in.
Oh. That's one of the best sausages we've ever had. That's an incredible sauce.
So good.
Now, these sausages are made in-house, and they cold smoke them,
Wow.
which I'm assuming means that when they're smoked, that's not the cooking process.
More just for like the flavor.
Yeah, let the flavor seep in.
'Cause you definitely get the smokiness from it.
My man,
Yeah, I mean, we got to try these things. So
I've never even seen something like this before. Look at this.
that's so nice. With the jalapeno, with the cream cheese, obviously bacon wrapped because
Yeah.
why not? There's so much going on here that you need the bacon to like bind it all
Yeah,
together.
bind it all together. All right, I'm gonna try and get everything in one bite.
So,
Ready?
cheers, man.
Cheers, buddy. This is wild.
There's so much going on there. I think if you gave one of these to like a Victorian British child, it would just kill them on the spot.
Instantly.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So good. So I definitely get more spice from the jalapeno here than I would from like the jalapeno cheddar sausage.
Correct. I mean, you're just mainlining jalapeno.
Yeah. The burnt end, man, it's nice.
I have to say, it's a bit saltier than I was expecting. I think because I went right in the burnt end.
Hydrate.
Ooh,
Hydrate today. It's hot, salty food. This brisket elote has been like staring me down.
Yeah.
So elote is kind of like a Mexican creamed corn dish thing, right?
Yeah, sometimes it can be on the cob. There's always a cheese element to it.
The coriander, we got the lime. I mean, we've got a pretty substantial plate here, but I feel like even this, like, that is a lunch on its own. Like
That's
a cup
fantastic.
of this.
That is
I'm trying to get some of the-
fantastic. Try that. You're gonna love it.
Look how much brisket they packed in there. I'm trying to get down into the corn.
I gotta be honest. I wasn't expecting much from that.
No?
That's actually amazing. Yeah. That is amazing.
Trying to get more of the corn out. Like
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
buried under this
Yeah,
massive
yeah.
brisket.
There you go.
There you go.
Just go corn.
Straight corn.
Unreal. Unreal. I want to go for a little more. Wow.
That might be hands down the best corn dish I've ever had. That's so good. It's so creamy.
Yeah. And then we cut it with the brisket, which is like a really tender meat.
Meaty.
It's also really fatty.
Also with the lime in there, the
Yeah.
chili, the cilantro. Like,
Yeah.
man, that's phenomenal.
Right? Wow. That's really jumping. That's like really jumping out at us.
Yeah.
That's really fantastic.
This is the first spot we've hit, and already I'm like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Where are we going from here?
Other
Like,
places might be in trouble.
This is a high bar already.
Beans, 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 beans. You've not had beans like this,
No,
and that's all. That's all the eating I will do.
tapping out.
shake
Ooh, there's
some
like
bacon
the
in
meat in there. It's
Yeah,
like
it's got
bacon in the
there,
beans.
yeah. Too funny. Under no circumstances will you not eat meat when you eat here. Even the veggie sides, even the beans and the corn have meat in it. Right?
So good.
That's so incredible, isn't it?
That broth that they're using, that is
I like the
so
consomme,
much
yeah.
flavor in that.
Right? You can see why this is like
Holy moly.
top 10.
Yeah.
Why they're like, this is one of the best in the state. Like, people take this very seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is it's not a hobby, is it? It's like a lifestyle for a lot
Yeah,
of these
exactly,
people.
yeah. The consistency that they have on the plate here, everything is 10 out of 10, A+.
I mean, this has been an incredible start. Like, this is so good. Everything is amazing, and it's very different to anything that I can get in the UK.
Hang on, my man. We still have 3 more places in Dallas to go, and let's hit the second spot right now.
All right, let's go.
Hi, we're on the way to the next place, and Harry insists on watching a soccer game on his phone.
It's not just a soccer game, Joe. England are in the Euro semi-final, and
A
unfortunately,
semi-final of what?
the Euro Championship.
What? There's always a tournament over there. The Euro Never heard of the Euro Championship.
It's all of the best nations in Europe competing to be the best.
How many are there total?
Loads. Loads
In
of
Europe?
Yeah, loads of European nations.
There
Don't-
can't be more than 12.
Don't be such an American. There are way more than 12 European
Each
nations.
country-
Go on, Phil! That's in. That's got to be in. Oh, you joking? No way.
I've never seen him this animated about anything.
Oh, how's that not gone in? It looked like he went in. I think he's cleared it off the line.
It'll happen. Oh my God.
How you doing, man? How are the meat sweats?
We've eaten a dangerous amount of meat today. And before we shuffle off this mortal meat coil, I had to take you here to the Lockhart Smokehouse. We're at an institution
Yeah?
of barbecue. 3 locations in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Obviously Dallas, the one we're at. It's also got one in Plano and Arlington.
Okay. Can I point something obvious out?
Oh, sure.
We're not in Lockhart right now.
No, correct. Okay, so quick Texas barbecue history. Lockhart, the town, which is south of Austin, is considered to be the barbecue capital of Texas. So there was a meat market there, Kreitz Market, I believe is how it's pronounced. And for years and years and years, that was one of the destinations to get barbecue. The great-granddaughter of the person who ran that eventually left and started the Lockhart Smokehouse restaurant, paying homage to the way they do barbecue in Lockhart.
Okay, so like a tribute to her history. Her
Absolutely, absolutely. And the fact that it is known for making barbecue to the same quality as you get in Lockhart is no small feat. So if that is the best barbecue in Texas, and this place does it as good as they do it there, and 1 + 1 = 2, we're here and we're trying the barbecue here, and it's going to be ridiculous.
Barbecue math.
Yeah,
That's math I can get behind.
Remember I mentioned it was a meat market?
I do.
They were so authentic to the old school meat market in which this whole thing started. When they first opened up for years, they had a sign that said, no sauce, no forks. Eat it with your hands, and if you want sauce, get lost.
I see they have now caved to the masses. I will say, like, so far, we haven't really had meat that's required sauce.
I don't want to say an anti-sauce, but I think it's a strong argument to make. If they're like, this doesn't need sauce, I'm not adding sauce. I'm big on how do they think we should eat it. Oh my God, how are you feeling, by the way?
I'm not doing too badly, actually, yeah.
Okay.
I've gotten much better at pacing myself over the course of, 4 seasons of food tours. And fingers crossed, knock on wood, I'm reaping the
I'm
rewards.
just having a hard time breathing. I am not agreeing with this environment at
Your
all.
allergies are not doing well. Also, it is super hot today. We're in Texas in July for some reason. It's like 35 Celsius and very humid. So that's been fun.
Yeah, but I feel a little smoked meat will take the edge off.
I think so, yeah.
Also, they have a burnt end Bloody Mary too early to drink.
No, absolutely not.
All right. What the hell? I got you the Bloody Mary beverage. That's definitely yours.
I heard burnt end Bloody Mary. I thought maybe one burnt end as a garnish.
Yeah,
I didn't
no.
think an entire skewer of meat. But here we go. I'm excited.
There you go, buddy. There you go. I'm exhausted and starving, so do we want to unwrap
Yeah.
our gifts?
I think we should, yeah. It's like Christmas.
Yeah, I'll do this one.
So this was, I'm told, traditional back in the day, right? You'd go to the meat market.
Paper it.
They would effectively smoke whatever they had left over.
Yeah.
And then just serve it to you on butcher paper.
It's really cool over there. You order, and the guy literally is like cutting it, and they weigh it, and they charge you by weight. Oh, come on.
Is that Bakayo?
Did your team score a goal?
They did, yeah.
Wow. They got
Double
two
win.
in one game. Yay. Drink every time the lad scores.
You heathen.
3 sips later, what a game.
Man. Yeah, this is a heck of a spread, it has to be said.
We're eating. We are eating here Lockhart's finest. Of course, the brisket, pork ribs, beef short ribs, turkey, sausage. I got the spicy mac and cheese.
Ooh, okay.
Look at this, just slides right off.
Cheers, man. I would say that's maybe not quite as soft as the other ones that we've had today, but I don't mind it. The kind of like steaky flavor is coming through from that quite a lot.
I want to say bark skin.
Yep.
What's it called?
Yeah.
Maybe the best flavor of skin we've had today.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Beefy brisket.
Yeah. Real good. Real good.
That's really
I'm
tasty.
curious. Sausage next?
Like famous Kreitz Market sausage.
Oh yeah.
So they get this in from Kreitz Market, right?
From the market.
Just chatting to Jill, the owner, and I think she said that her cousin ships this over from Kreitz. So barbecue is like a family business for
I
these
love
guys.
that, and that is an amazing sausage. I mean, I think they got the Lockhart pipeline. That is their competitive advantage. I think if somebody also wanted to do Lockhart style barbecue, it'd be an uphill battle with them with the connection. It's just smooth sailing downhill.
They got it locked down.
Yeah, they got the Lockhart locked down. Fantastic. I feel like I'm learning about sausage through you, a country where people eat sausage a lot. They have like sausage opinions. I'm noticing the difference in grain.
Right, yeah.
And the skin on this one was like a little bit like tighter than what I'm used to, which I like. It has like a really good snap to it.
Snappy. The flavor of that
snappy.
one. The flavor of that one's great as well. I'd say that's the closest we've had today to like a British sausage.
Okay.
In that I think it really like lets the pork come through the most.
Yeah.
It's not too heavy on the other things. It's like there's pepper in there, obviously. It's got a little bit of spice to it. But like pork is the predominant thing that you're tasting, which in my mind is how a sausage should be, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, fantastic sausage. I want to try one of the
Sausage is
pork
good.
ribs.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
Grab one, I grab one. Ooh, I got like an end one. You can see with food this good, like no sauce. What are you putting? Why are you putting sauce on this?
You know what? Now you've said that, I'm gonna try it.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
I mean, it's not needed.
No, it's not. But they do have the option.
All right. Try with a little bit of sauce. That's great sauce, though.
It's a good sauce. It's like vinegary, like tangy, right?
Yes.
But again, like if I do that, all I'm really tasting is that sauce. I'm not tasting the meat as much. And the
Don't
meat is
spoil
really
it.
good.
That's cooked perfectly. That the smoker thing they got back there. This thing is ancient and still pumping out high quality meat.
Are you coming around to my stance on ribs in terms of like you don't want it to fall off the bone, or are you still kind of like craving a fall off the bone rib? Because again, this has like bite to it. You take a bite and it leaves the cartoon-shaped bite mark on
You know, before today or before right now, it probably would have been like a falling apart. But this one having like a stronger piece of meat, a tighter piece of meat staying in the bone, it's really good. So if this taste is indicative of it being like stronger, then yeah, I think I'm a fan of it now. I like how this is like they said it's the short ribs, like implying it's smaller.
It's not a short rib.
Yeah,
It's a short rib, but it's not a short rib.
Can I just break off a piece here? Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can.
How tender this is, buddy.
Again, even when you can just get a plastic fork in it that easily, easy.
Yeah.
Tenderness.
Oh, the bark is really good. All right. Oh.
I always get the intrusive urge to just like gnaw this straight off the bone as well, but no, can't ruin it for the crew like that. Oh man, look at that.
Yeah,
the colour on that, beautiful. Like crispy bark as well.
That's some really great bark. It's really great bark. Right?
Well, man.
Taking a bite of turkey. Taking a bite of mac and cheese, and that's it. My mouth is retiring for the night.
You're flagging a bit. I'm not doing too badly.
I'm very impressed. Why do you think it is?
I've gotten much better at pacing myself, and I'm also just a bigger guy. I can eat.
I cannot.
Weirdly, like, of the many things we've eaten today, that is one of the things where I think the smoke flavor is the most pronounced.
Yeah.
Even more so than some of the brisket I think that we've had.
Well, turkey usually has a more muted flavor to begin with, so it's probably why the smoke flavor is coming out so much.
Yeah. The turkey's like a blank canvas.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm not the biggest turkey guy, but that turkey is absolutely fantastic. And I know that they kind of do things their own way, but I wouldn't mind like them doing like a turkey sandwich.
Oh my God, we scored. Let's go. Sorry, man. Sorry to the people of YouTube.
Wasn't saying anything important, I don't think.
Well, you know what that means?
Was that?
The final is going to contain England, and it's happening on Sunday when we're shooting in Houston. So
Wait.
more of this.
Oh, so this is who goes to the final?
Yeah,
And who is the other team in the final?
Spain.
Oh, Spain's
We
gonna
watched them
kill
yesterday.
you
Yeah,
guys.
no,
Oh,
they're really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Anyway, sorry, what were you saying, Joe?
Who cares?
Before I rudely
Moving
interrupted
on to the mac and cheese. It's my last bite. No good.
I was chatting to Jill, the owner,
Yeah.
and she was saying, and to be honest, like based on what we've tried today, I kind of agree that brisket and the kind of classics, I think everywhere now does them well.
Okay.
So it's all about the little things that can set things aside. So like
Yes.
stuff like the mac and cheese.
Oh, sure.
This can set things apart from other restaurants. You said it's spicy, right?
I said, give me spicy mac and cheese. I wonder what they think spicy is. I'm from Los Angeles.
It's got a little heat to it. A little bit.
I know what's spicy.
Like kind of like green chili, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like dancing on my palate. Then if I pass out, just shovel a spoonful of that in my mouth, and I'm up, baby.
It's like,
Oh,
like,
man.
like smelling salts.
Yeah.
Just like waft that in front of you. Oh my God, I'm
like a cartoon character's following it. Oh, that's fantastic. That's really good.
I never knew I needed spicy mac and cheese until now.
Do you want to try the cucumber salad?
Yeah, I think my body needs some kind of vegetables. So while I eat some cucumber salad, do you want to talk me through the experience of visiting Lockhart Smokehouse?
You know, I don't know if I'll ever make it to Lockhart's, but I like the fact that I have had what I will go to Lockhart for right here in Dallas. And they're doing a fantastic job. Everything was delicious. But we have a couple more top Texas barbecue joints that I have to take you to right now.
Should we do it?
Let's go. All right. So it wouldn't be a food tours episode without talking about the patron saint of food tours, Mr. Guy Fieri. His show, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives,
Triple D.
has featured 18 barbecue restaurants in Texas. The only number that's higher, I guess, in categories is New York pizza places.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like up there in terms of New York pizza as like iconic cuisine.
Yeah. He's definitely done his share of Texas barbecue. So, you know.
If it's good enough for Guy, then
Yeah.
it is very much good enough for me.
This is Smokey Joe's Barbecue. We're just a few miles south of downtown Dallas. Been here since 1985. The original owner's son took over in 2014, and since then he's made some gentle modifications. For instance, they had the old school pit, like a big fire pit where they're cooking. Swapped that out and got one of the offset smokers we saw earlier.
Very different skill sets, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you've got to like kind of relearn from scratch there, different way of cooking.
Yeah.
More like indirect heat versus direct heat.
Well, whatever he's doing, he figured it out, because you see this wall of awards.
There's been a lot of talk about Texas Monthly so far.
Of course, this place also made the list of top 50 barbecue spots in Texas. The list is actually overseen by this guy right here,
Okay.
Daniel Vaughn. This is the article he wrote about it. And the TLDR is, everyone should stop sleeping on this place because it's fantastic.
Okay.
So I've heard nothing but great things.
So we're not just here because it's got Joe in the name, we're here because it's good
Yeah.
barbecue as well. Okay.
I mean, maybe both those things, but yeah. Brisket here on the slightly leaner side, and they're smoking it with both hickory and oak wood. But they're more so known for the ribs, and they got a nice little spicy bite to them, seasoned to perfection, so we're definitely trying those.
Sure, absolutely. Anything else on the menu that we should try?
All right, let's go. Brisket, ribs. They're doing something called, I'm pronouncing this wrong, a boudin, which is like a blood sausage, which you've had. You guys call them black pudding?
We have black pudding in the UK, which is our
Alright.
version of a blood sausage. I
Yeah,
feel like they
black-
exist in
yeah.
like a bunch of different cultures.
Yeah, yeah.
I've
Everyone's
seen,
got
like,
different
Korean
name for
blood
them.
sausage before.
Yeah, yeah.
Now we're trying the American version. All right.
I am actually still very hungry, and I'm ready to order, so I'm gonna get some barbecue.
Absolutely, let's do it.
Let's do it. Dude.
Man, that is a plate.
Yes, sir. What'd I tell you?
I'm just like drinking this
What
in
did
at the
I
moment.
tell you?
This is
This is
so
amazing.
much meat.
Right? Yeah.
It looks ridiculous.
We got the hook up here, man. Two types of sausage. Look at that beautiful brisket, the ribs. This is, first time gotten white bread today. Happy to see it.
I don't really know where to start on this. I imagine the
So
brisket.
you're gonna go the brisket.
Yeah,
I think I
dig
can
straight
dig it
in.
out of here. Yeah,
You're
yeah.
getting the fork involved.
Oh my god, it's so
Your
tender.
fork just went straight through that.
I guess it is like scoop out of bite.
Oh my god.
Oh, this looks so amazing.
Yes. Yeah, this is like. I usually hate using plastic cutlery because I figure like you can't actually get into anything with it.
Yeah.
This meat is so tender.
You could have just pinched it.
Plastic cutlery is great.
Okay. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, man.
Incredible. Right? How amazing is that? So buttery, smooth. The bark on that is unreal.
You barely even have to chew that.
No?
I mean, almost like using my tongue to just like mash it against the roof of my mouth.
All right. Yeah, you have to describe to me eating.
It's a pleasant sensation.
Yes,
Oh, man.
it is impossibly tender. I don't know how else I could describe it. Once again, no sauce on there, no sauce on the table.
No.
But I mean, I don't know why you would put sauce in
Doesn't
this.
need it. That almost
Sorry
has,
if anyone listening sauces it. I would not sauce this.
that almost like has the consistency of a sauce anyway. It's like, so like buttery and liquidy.
The ribs are what I would say are sauce kissed. So grab yourself a rib.
Little sauce.
Yeah, they're a little bit saucy.
The color on these is
All right.
beautiful.
Oh man, look how big these guys are. I'll have to kill this thing. This looks so good. Oh my god, get in here. Oh, falling off the bone. Wow.
You get like a real, almost like a snap from the skin on that.
Yep.
The coating.
I'm just going right to the sauce. I mean, they got the cheddar sausage here. Check this out. We're gonna
So we've got 2 sausages.
all the cheese they got here.
Jalapeno cheddar again.
Yeah.
Popular flavor combo over here.
I'm gonna use this bread kind of like a plate and kind of get stuff, and then when I'm done, I'll just eat it.
Eat the bread with all the juices.
Fantastic. I'm gonna jalapeno cheddar sausage before this was like the cheese actually gooing out of it.
Yeah, I think I actually prefer the consistency of that sausage. It's like maybe a slightly coarser grind. Like you say, the fillings aren't kind of like ground all throughout. You get these kind of like veins of cheese going through it. Yeah,
So fantastic, right?
this is all really excellent.
Which one is this guy right here? This was
So
the
this
blood
was
one.
the boudin.
Yeah, the boudin. Yeah.
So this is like, I guess, America's answer to black pudding in the UK. Although this doesn't have like the color that I would expect from like a blood sausage.
That is closer to a UK sausage, right? You know, with the grit or the grain of it.
Possibly. I think again that's probably more because there's like, it looks like rice in there to kind of act as like the thing that soaks up all of that blood. It's got a really interesting texture. I like that a lot actually.
Now, you, my man, have yet to ever have a Frito pie.
If you
I think today is the day.
talk me through Frito pie. What's
Okay.
going on here?
So, the base is Frito chips or like corn chips, and this one has beans and also brisket on top of it, and what looks to be a white, possibly cheesy sauce. I don't know exactly what's on it.
So a basic Frito pie is Fritos with stuff on it.
Yeah. The Fritos part is like the key ingredient for the Frito pie.
And yeah, I mean, if you have this like insane brisket, why not put it on top of other stuff?
Right. The Fritos are really good because they're like, you know, salty chip, salty corn chip.
That's so good though. Where's this sauce as well? I'll like stick my finger in it. It's subtly cheesy.
Yeah. Subtly cheesy.
Speaking of cheese, but
Maybe
less
it's
subtle.
the same sauce.
Mac and cheese?
Yeah. Is mac and cheese a big deal over in the UK?
Yeah, we like our mac and cheese. Well, this is more like pasta shells and cheese.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm starting to feel it. Starting to feel the day. This is so good.
So buttery.
Right? Yeah.
So good.
It's generous with the butter on that one for sure.
I think like the vibe I get from most of this is like simplicity is bliss, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're not doing anything too flashy with the seasoning rubs or the methods, but they're just
Yeah.
doing it like super well. So the end product, the tenderness is there, the flavors are there. You taste the meat, you know, more than anything else, which I think is what barbecue's kind of all about.
What is this down here?
I don't know. What are these little bits down here, Chris?
So that's a burnt end.
Burnt
Burnt
There
end.
you go.
That's the best part of brisket, I like to call it.
Yeah.
Texas. The money bite.
The money bite. There's a little end there to chop off because I want to have like a nice shape. It's part of it. All the flavor and crispiness. And cut it off, sell it separately.
So good.
What? Burnt ends, buddy. Oh,
I'm trying a bean. I'm also
yeah.
starting to get full, but
British guys gotta use
yeah, I
beans.
gotta have my beans.
Right?
Hey,
Chris.
there we go.
Hello.
Thank you very much. Have a seat.
Thank you so much. Oh man.
So, we love the food. Absolutely fantastic.
Phenomenal, yeah.
Terrific barbecue. Obviously, you guys know what you're doing. It seems like an incredible challenge, first of all, to make barbecue this good. But it seems like it's even more impossible for the consistency of doing this every single day. What are some tips or some things that you guys do that you feels like you can always produce meat at this high quality every day?
Put love into it. Put love into it, care about it, and take your time. Barbecue always tells a story, and each meat tells a story the way you cook it. Whether you had your pit too hot, or whether you left it on there too long, it tells a story. So I feel like when you're putting love into it, you're paying attention to everything, to attention to detail, whether my fire is consistent, whether my brisket looks like it needs to be wrapped, or whether my ribs look like they need to be sprayed, etc. All those attention to details are what essentially makes a consistent product day in and day out.
Yeah, it's great. What do you like on the menu here?
So my favorite is brisket. I feel like you come to Texas, you gotta get brisket and the bread. You know, I'll teach y'all how to make a fold over real quick.
Yeah, actually show him
Yeah, do it.
because
Demo.
I couldn't
do it.
speak specifically. I always kind of use the bread as like an edible napkin.
So what you do is you'll take this
Yep.
and a little bit of bread,
Very
and
little.
then this is the best part of the brisket. So
fact, it's just
I'm gonna give you
ripping
this.
apart, yeah.
So you'll kind of put
right
that
on
right
that.
there. We'll do
Beautiful.
it together.
Yeah.
And then so we'll take a little brisket, and then what you also want to do is we're gonna
The
get
little
a
pickles.
pickle.
Yeah. huh?
Just a pickle right here.
Joe's not a pickle guy. Can you believe that?
Nap in the pickles.
I'm not a fan of pickles either until I try these pickles.
There you go, Joe.
So then we'll open this up. We'll
Fold it
give it a
over.
little bit of barbecue
Little dip.
sauce.
There. Oh my god.
Do you make the sauce in house?
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Right? How's that?
Oh, well.
Everything complements each other. That's the goal.
Nice, nice. Hey, slow down. We're going to another place after this. This guy won't stop eating.
It's so good.
Last question I'm going to ask you, and this is more personally for me. So you do some barbecuing at home. I got one of those big egg things that you can slow cook or whatever. I don't know what I'm doing, dude. I cannot with the temperature. Is it a wood thing? Is it the temperature? Have you ever used one of those things before?
Not yet.
It's, I mean, consider the setup you got, it would obviously be a step back. But this thing, I don't know. It's like wood. Should we really paying attention to wood?
Yeah, you just gotta take your time.
Okay.
That's the main thing. Take it a little slow.
Fantastic, man. Well, thank you so very much for
Yeah.
all this.
Thank
Everything
you.
was perfect. I
Yeah.
really appreciate it. That was fantastic. Let's finish off with a little bit of dessert for your sweet tooth. I got the sweet potato pie. You have the...
Buttermilk pie, I believe you said this was. And they make all these in house?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's give this a go.
You gotta stop the beat, switch with me. I know it isn't a pumpkin pie, but it's like the best pumpkin pie I've ever had. Oh my God. This might be the one. What do you think?
I get what you mean, like pumpkin pie. but
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely incredible.
That's so good. The pastry, so flaky.
Perfect.
Buttery.
In-house.
In-house.
All right. Absolutely fantastic. Barbecue incredible. Desserts also incredible. Obviously, we could stay here and go to town, but we got one more place to go to.
I think the crew want to dive in on this,
Yeah.
so we'll let them do that, and then we'll head out.
Let's do it. My man, it's day 2 in Dallas. Hope you got your rest because we are on our way to another great barbecue spot. We're on our way to Goldee's.
I've heard much about Goldee's, actually. That's
Well, the Texas Monthly 50 Best Barbecue Spots says that this is, at least in 2021, the best barbecue in Texas.
damn, okay. High praise.
Honestly, the highest praise.
Yeah, can't get much higher than that. And they're kind of hooking us up because they're not usually open today, right?
That's correct. So worked a little magic, turned on the old charm. They're making an exception for us to go open the doors, fix us a plate. So we won't get the full Goldee's neighborhood vibe experience, but we will definitely be getting the food, which is why we're here.
This is the first time that we've done an episode that we haven't shot all in one day, which
Yeah.
is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I'm quite grateful for the rest, honestly.
Yeah.
All the spots yesterday were great. I already feel like I'm getting a pretty solid grounding in Texas barbecue.
Yep.
Excited to now try what is supposed to be the best of the best.
The best of the best.
So I've been working on my Texas accent, or at least what I think is a Texas accent.
So what do you got?
Let's say, do people actually say howdy down here?
They say howdy. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Howdy, I'm Harry, I'm from Dallas. Been living in the Fort Worth area for about 20, 25 years now.
It's like, at first, it's like I don't really hear it, but if you say a long enough sentence, like, why don't you tell me you're going to go to the Walmart and then get something to eat at Chick-fil-A?
I'm gonna go to the Walmart and then need to stop by and pick up some dinner from Chick-fil-A.
That's pretty
You
good.
need anything?
We are international chameleons. Drop us anywhere, and you'll think that we were born and raised there our entire lives. Here we are at Goldee's. Compared to a lot of the places we've gone to, this might be one of the more younger restaurants. It opened in 2020, beginning of 2020,
Yep.
and was named Best Barbecue in 2021. So, been a year opening. But the owners and operators of Goldee's Barbecue are some of Texas' highest pedigree of pitmasters. They trained at places like Franklin, Micklethwait, and more to eventually start their own place. And hey, so far so good.
Seems to be working out, yeah, number
Yeah.
one spot. That's a lot of pressure, I would say.
Uh-huh.
As soon as you get that, obviously it's a great thing to achieve,
Yeah.
but then people are coming here and they're expecting the best. You've got to keep delivering the best, you've got to be consistent, it's got to be good.
People line up. This is a place where people tailgate before they eat barbecue, and I think we're going to find out why.
I think one of the owners said we can go and check out the pit room. Do you want to go and see what's going on?
My man Jalen is back right now, overseeing some briskets that they're going to be serving tomorrow. So let's go chat with him and see what's going on.
Sounds great.
Let's do it. The size of these things. This is so great.
So this is our 1,000-gallon decommissioned propane smoker. And this is where we cook all our briskets pretty much every week.
Okay, how many briskets do you do in one of these, I guess, a week?
So we can do, between these two right here, anywhere from 40 to 50 a day.
And you guys are only open on the week?
Yeah, so just Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And you go through 150 briskets a week?
Yeah,
Gee,
it's
it's
pretty
3 days.
crazy. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So I'm bringing my friend here from overseas who has very little experience with American barbecue and especially Texas barbecue. So for other people watching, because the show is so popular around the world, and they're like, I am gonna go to Texas and then get me some barbecue. What do you think are some like key components, Texas barbecue must-haves? What would you say?
You really want to go out here for a brisket. That's what we do best out of, I think anybody in the world.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to come here and get some of the brisket. And really just be ready to wait in some lines. I know barbecue, not just us, everybody kind of has a line to wait in, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of like a tailgate.
Nothing brings people together like hot meat.
Oh, yeah.
British people, look, we don't really tailgate. That's not really a thing in the UK, but we do love a queue.
Yeah.
Do you remember when the Queen died? R.I.P.
All right. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
made local news. Yeah. Awesome. Anyway.
People were lining up for like 20 hours just because you could walk past and like see the coffin.
Yeah.
So if we can do that for the Queen, we can do that easily for delicious barbecue.
So,
You said it, not me. But
Texas barbecue is the Queen's death.
Right,
As
yeah.
I say, those two things are similar.
Equally significant,
Yeah.
definitely
Very
Queen,
good, very
brisket. Right, let's run out there.
Is there any chance we could see some meat that's cooking right now?
yeah, for sure.
Let's check it out. Yes! Yes! Are you kidding me on this? Are you gonna be serving this tomorrow?
Yeah, so this will be tomorrow. They've been on for about 6 hours at this point. They probably got another 6 to 7 to go.
Not asking for any trade secrets, but this brisket, of course, you season it salt and pepper and your own spice blend. And for a binder, can you say what you use to keep it in there?
So that's one thing. It's not even a secret. We just use water. We've used all the binders before in the world. Water is gonna do the same trick.
Really?
It's, it's free. So yeah, you might as well. Yeah.
Got it. Water. All right, there's a tip. Use water. Awesome.
Save those costs
All
wherever
right,
it helps.
I am starving. You want to go get some barbecue?
Yeah, I guess they're not open today, but you saved us some food, right?
Oh yeah, I got some for y'all.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, let's eat.
Let's eat.
Yes. Yes. All right. Oh my God. Harry, you're missing quite a show over here, pal, with the Pokemon Go.
Distracted by Pokemon, sorry.
Yeah. What is this guy doing? Hey! What are you doing?
That's the new Pokemon, man.
That's ridiculous.
Forget about it. Forget about it.
Oh my God, dude. Considering they're not even open today, and look at the plate they put together for us. This is magnificent.
I would have been grateful if they just saved us like a couple of ribs and some brisket,
Yeah.
but no, we have the full
My
pretty
guy
much
went
Goldee's
all out with
experience.
this. This is so generous of them to do this when they're closed.
How incredible does this look as
This
well?
looks absolutely amazing. Obviously, brisket, ribs, sausage, turkey, potato salad, house-made bread, slaw, and I don't know what this is.
Looks to me like some kind of like maybe apple cider vinegar sauce type thing.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. Start with the brisket.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Oh yeah. Again, it's like fork
Yep.
tender.
The hand's shaking.
Wow.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, man.
Amazing. I gotta go in for another bite. Absolutely incredible. Okay, so
The bark.
the bark, the fact that it's still binding, just using water, the guy said, didn't see a difference. Mm-hmm. Seasoned perfectly. It is melting. We saw his briskets in the cooker there. One distinction, they obviously cook them low and slow, but they never wrap their briskets.
No.
Some people do at certain points, but they don't. I don't know how that affects the cook at all, but in this case, it has made maybe the best brisket I've ever tasted. This is incredible.
I've heard Aaron Franklin of Franklin Barbecue.
Yeah.
You know, people like wrap their brisket in foil.
Uh-huh.
He calls that like the Texas crutch.
In what
Because it's
regards?
kind of like it allows you to, I think, just like cook it worse, basically, but still end up with a juicy brisket.
But do you mean that people, because it's kind of like to hide potential mistakes?
It's more just that it traps in a lot more of that moisture.
Ah.
So you can have like a bit more direct heat compared to that offset smoker heat. and
Wow,
you can still
alright.
come up with a nice brisket. Whereas this, I think if they're not using any wrapping, that means that they know exactly what they're doing.
I want to say I'm really
with a
proud of
brisket.
you for looking that up and then bringing that to this conversation, because when I visit you, I do zero research. Literally zero.
It shows.
Yeah, thank you.
That was so good though, man.
Let's just come over
Jeez.
by
Yeah, I need a
here.
little more. Again, the benefit of doing this on a different day,
Yeah.
we can properly dig into the food. Oh, so good. I'm already realizing there's a fine line with brisket between like tender and too tender.
Okay.
Because I think for this, like, it's kind of my ideal consistency.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah.
Because it does melt, but like there's a little bit of chew to it.
Yeah.
Bit of resistance.
You know what I mean? It's our human instinction to like eat meat.
Right.
It's okay to say that at this point no vegetarians have stopped watching.
Yeah, no, they've tuned
Okay,
out.
it's like just like it's inherently in us to eat flesh.
I think it is.
And I think when it's too soft, it's like, oh, my hunter instincts are not being tapped right now.
What is this, like broccoli or something? No,
Come
come
on,
on.
yeah,
Yeah, it's some meat.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that's sensational.
No notes on that brisket. Absolutely perfect. I want to try one of the ribs.
I would love to try one of
Okay.
those. These look gorgeous.
Now, he said there was a sauce on these?
Yeah, so they are glazed a little bit,
Uh-huh.
similar to their house barbecue sauce, but
Yeah.
I think slightly spruced up for the ribs, you know. Let's try.
Wow. And look at this, dude. I can just pull it off the bone.
That's definitely on the more tender side, more up your street,
Yep.
but the flavors as well.
Wow.
What are you tasting now? I'm getting like a little cumin for sure.
Yeah, there's a sweetness to it. Mm-hmm. Right?
No. Yeah, whatever that sauce that goes on here is, delicious. Liquid gold.
Dude, I can't believe how good this is. We've been eating barbecue for like 2 or 3 days straight. Mm-hmm. And like I thought like I'm gonna get burned out by the fact that like I'm loving this, dude. I'm loving this.
Cleaned that bone.
Yep.
Man. What is that sauce, by the way? I'm still intrigued by that sauce.
I don't know what it is. It's close to the pork belly, so why don't we just try it? I'll dip the pork belly, you think?
Do it, man. Pork belly, not something that we've seen on menus so far, I don't think. It's a cut of meat that I actually love.
I'll get in there, try that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like got a really high fat content. Yeah, that was kind of just like the best bacon I've ever had in my life.
Incredible. You know, we're jumping around a little bit, but I feel like it'd be remiss if I didn't do what we learned at Smokey Joe's. Mm-hmm. Well, brisket, pinching it in here, right? That's how we do it.
Any
And
of the pickles over here that I've dumped my rib
Not a-
bone straight on top of?
Thank you very much. Not a big pickle guy, but when in Texas,
There is some sauce.
so gonna do a little.
This bread is so light. So they're even making their own bread. Because I know that some places will go for like a cornbread with barbecue, but
Yeah.
Texas is more of like a white bread thing, right?
And barbecue, yeah, but they'll do both.
They've found a way to make just like white bread exciting, which I think is really cool. Really good sauce. Quite
Fantastic
light,
sauce.
it's surprisingly light for a barbecue sauce.
But pairing it with a savory meat that also is so rich and fatty, there's an acidity to this, like balances it out, right? They're very smart in pairing. I mean, I guess every place does this, but here specifically, pairing that like specific type of sauce to their meat. It's so like incredibly considered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a sausage that has been calling my name. Oh my god! And the snap.
Little casing snap
Give
there.
a slice there. You know, when it comes to sausage, I think we've established that both of us are big snap heads.
Snappy boys.
Yeah, we're the snappy boys. Like, we don't want no weak-skinned sausage. We want that snap.
Cheers, my man.
Yeah. You're the resident sausage expert. What do you think?
That's really good. Again, maybe like a more of a fine grind than we've had so far.
Uh-huh.
Little like specks of
Yeah.
cheese throughout the sausage there.
Oh, wow.
So good. Turkey?
wow.
Any Texas vegetarian?
The knife shows up for the first time. Compliments to the chefs, to the pitmasters.
And you know, nothing cleanses your palate quite like a sip of big red soda.
No, I love how you're already a big red.
I love big
in
red
Texas for 3 days. And you're just big red.
So Texas pilled.
Yeah. I do with the sauce, I do without the sauce, but there's turkey.
I went sauceless. Still good.
You saw when he brought it out and he was slicing it? It just looks so like succulent. For the fact that like usually turkey is like famously a dry meat. But the fact that this is still retains that flavor and like, that juiciness, amazing.
Most British people's experience of turkey is just through Christmas dinners.
Yeah.
Which is when we do a big roast turkey.
I
And
think
you're
you guys
right,
do turkey or you do
usually turkey.
I think you guys did like a goose or something.
Maybe more in like Edwardian times. Ebenezer Scrooge cooking his goose.
Well, that for you guys, that was like a couple of years ago, right?
Walking into the butcher shop in our top hat.
That's
Good
right.
day, sir.
I got to pick up a fat goose before I got to get to the candlestick maker before he closes down. Get back on the pea green ferry. Yeah, I know all about it. Yeah.
But like a lot of people's Christmas dinner experiences are like, you have the turkey, but the turkey's not the main event. It's like,
Okay.
it's a bit dry, it's a
Yeah.
bit bland.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like, it's so flavorful.
That's perfect. Yeah, but I think we're sharing the same sentiment that turkey traditionally is like this big hunk of meat that's dry. You got to drown in gravy or something to like get it down. But this, I added the sauce just almost like habitually because the sauce is fantastic, but doesn't need it. That's another thing. I'm going to put a finer point on it. Every meat is tender. Every meat is delicious. Everything works together. Everything works on its own.
Yeah.
And if you add the sauce, it's great. Don't add the sauce, also great.
Yeah.
It's really. That's a very hard line to walk.
It really is. I want to try some potato salad
Yeah.
while it's here. Get a little scoop of this. So we're saying like, it's more like a mashed potato salad type of vibe.
Yeah. You guys have potato sauce really not a thing over there, is it?
People do eat it. It's more common to like boil some new potatoes maybe, dice them up and then put some mayo and mustard
Yeah,
and
hurry
stuff
up and
in
eat
there.
that.
Not
Sorry, I'm
much.
gonna cut you off, but it's really good. Right? It's got a nice like vinegary aftertaste, tang.
Vinegary, mustardy.
Let you know it's there. Not overpowering though. Smooth,
No.
creamy.
I think when it's this creamy, you need those like alliums in there.
Yeah.
Balance that out. That's beautiful. Oh man, I could kill this whole plate.
Yeah. Well, why don't we? I mean, let's do the slaw.
Bit of kale, kale,
Is that
cabbage.
kale
Looks like kale, some kind of green.
Kale.
It might just be that my body is already like crying out for nutrients, but
Okay.
that's really hitting.
It's fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Got any notes for Goldee so far?
No. Now, if I may even quote Texas Monthly, who crowned them the best barbecue in Texas, they
You may.
said, Goldee's demonstrates a confident restraint that belies the pitmaster's youth.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what belie means, but it sounds like they're complimenting them.
I think it's basically saying that if you're like a young upstart newcomer to the scene,
Yeah.
the temptation is to be like, we've got to do something brand new. We've got to change the game.
Yeah.
That's not really what they're doing here. They're not reinventing the wheel. They've just taken an already pretty much winning formula and just made little subtle changes, little subtle improvements. And it honestly all adds up to like such an amazing plate of food.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Which leads us to the end of this video. We've been in Dallas for a couple of days. We tried 4 fantastic barbecue restaurants over the past 2 days. And now we have to pick our favorite. Okay, running down the hits real quick. Panther City.
Really love Panther City.
Yeah.
They're putting a slight twist on things with the kind of like Tex-Mex, Hispanic influences on the food. Particular shout out to the brisket elote cup,
Yeah.
which is one of the best mouthfuls of food that I've had in Dallas, full stop.
Yeah. Next location, the Lockhart Smokehouse. They are doing something really awesome there, which is taking the tradition of barbecue from the barbecue capital of Texas, arguably the world, and bringing it to the Dallas area. No easy feats. And they got 3 locations doing it too, which just seems really difficult. But they are keeping a tradition of barbecue alive and well at the restaurants.
Yeah, I like that. It's, again, very traditional, paying homage to Kreitz. The sausage that they get straight from Kreitz,
Yeah.
possibly my favorite sausage we've had in Dallas.
Really?
Yeah, I
Really?
think that's probably beating
Yeah.
out all the other options. And they have forks and sauce now, so
That's right.
who says they're resistant to change?
That's right. That's right. Afterwards, we went to Smokey Joe's.
Again, I think a bit of a theme so far is that like people are respecting the history of a place,
Yep.
but making their own little subtle imprints on it.
Very impressed with Smokey Joe's because they are definitely walking the fine line of keeping up with barbecue tradition, but also graduating into more modern times, not only with stuff on the menu, but even how he actually was running his business. So a very hard thing to do. He's doing it so well, and it was all on the plate. Everything was so good. That brisket, mwah. And some say that they're most known for the ribs, and those ribs were really fantastic. Right?
Yeah,
I
I
think it's the
think-
one you actually bit through the bone.
I did, yeah, it was so tender I could actually crunch the bone.
Wow.
I did really like it there. Those desserts as well.
Oh yeah.
Those pies, man.
I mean, I'm sure every
Yeah.
place has really good desserts, but those pies,
Those homemade pies were serious.
fantastic. Yes. All right, and then the last spot, Goldee's.
Goldee's. I mean, I feel like as we've been going through the plate, you and I have both shared several knowing glances.
So yeah, one thing that I don't know if you're with me long enough and spend enough time with me, there's few things that I hate more in the world than standing in line.
Yeah.
I rarely get in line for anything I don't have to. I usually make decisions on where I'm going to eat or where I'm going to go based on how little the line is. But eating this barbecue, this is the first time I was like, yeah, I'd wait 4 hours for this, gladly, now that I've had it. This was just dynamite. A+ across the board. I mean, they're not even open today. And the plate they put together here is just absolutely fantastic. Ribs, meat's falling off the bone. The sauce they're putting on there, incredible. But the brisket, oh, the brisket.
Yeah, pretty much agree with you. I think in terms of like breaking down the menu into different components, my favorite brisket that we've had in Dallas, and also I think my favorite ribs that we've had in Dallas. I'd actually maybe slightly come around to your, falling off the bone style of
I
rib.
like that. Yeah,
Because these are some of the more tender ribs that we've had.
Yeah.
And I love that.
We are animals by nature, so
We
it's
are.
in our DNA to rip flesh off a bone.
It really is.
So if you had to pick thus far the favorite barbecue you have had in the great metropolitan area of Dallas-Fort Worth, what would be your favorite? Goldee's. I 100% agree.
I gotta say, I was apprehensive because I did some research, saw that they were number one.
Yeah.
When you're number one, the only way to go kind of is down.
And everyone's going after the crown, too.
Everyone's coming for you.
Yeah.
Everyone's coming for you. So I was like, can they possibly maintain these high standards?
Man.
And I've tried it, and they absolutely can.
They absolutely have.
They
I mean,
really, really
they've exceeded my expectations. I too was like, here we go, here's the best. Okay. Every place we went to for this video has something going for it that would make it an absolute must try. But this one just edged out everyone else a little bit. And yeah, this is the best. But we're not done, my man. About to hit the road and go to Austin.
Okay, more
Ready?
barbecue awaits.
More barbecue awaits.
Yeah, my girlfriend finds this really funny because I'm never like blokey except when I'm watching football, and then I kind of go into bloke mode.
And what is bloke mode?
Just like getting way too into the
Yeah.
football, liking pints of lager.
Oh yeah, I definitely get into bloke mode when I'm drinking alcohol.